What's up, guys? Welcome to this webinar. My name is Ankur Nakbal. I am the founder of Teachable, and I am super excited to show you everything we know about creating online courses. So I'm still waiting for my co-host, Daniel, to join us. He's going to join us live. If he doesn't show up, we'll just get started and he can join on whenever. I'd love to hear from you guys. Where are you guys tuning in from? I'm tuning in from New York City, which is where we at Teachable are based. I would love to hear where people are from. I'm seeing a bunch of people from Ottawa and someone else from New York City, Bria from Chicago, Jane from Spain, John McCarthy. Super stoked to have you guys here. Really excited about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. For those of you that already know Teachable, we're an online course hosting platform. And in this presentation, I'm going to start off by telling you everything we know about online courses, and then tell you a little bit about why Daniel chose to use Teachable, and then we'll share some exclusive product stuff that we've been working on for the last few months that we're finally getting around to announce. Boom. So we have Valerie from Fairbanks, Paul from Tokyo, Kristen has entered what I presume to be her zip code. Netherlands is from Netherlands, Dallas, Texas, DC. Awesome, guys. I am getting excited. So without further ado, I'm going to pull up my slides real quick. Whenever Daniel joins us, we can have him on. But are you guys ready to get started? I would love to hear from you if you're ready to get started, ready to dive in, ready to do this. All right. All right, sweet. So you guys can see my slides right now. All right, yep, let's go. Jessica, Rohan, Gabby, let's do this. Teachable method, how to create an online course and 2x your sales. So who's this workshop for? So this workshop is for you if you sell digital products or services online. You're a business owner, coach, consultant, freelancer. If you are someone that either sells products online or wants to sell products online, this is perfect for you. Whether you have an online course or not, we're going to show you exactly how to get started with your first online course. If you already have a course, how to make more revenue for every single student. Ultimately, if you are looking to grow your business while also helping people, if you're looking to make positive change with your business, you are in the right workshop. So before we go forward, if you already have a course or a school in Teachable, type it into chat, tell me what you have, so we can welcome you and know that you're here joining us. All right, so Bria is ready. Let's do this. So here's my big promise to you. In the next 60 minutes, I'm going to share with you everything I know about creating a profitable online course, along with some, everything you need about creating your first online course, along with our latest product features designed specifically to help you maximize the amount of revenue you make per student. So here's what we're going to learn today, right? Why are we investing a large amount of time and energy into creating and selling online courses? I love how it says why David. It should be why Daniel is investing a large amount of time and energy in creating his online courses. Our 7-step process for generating a successful online course that can reach a lot of students. How to find your course topic. Behind the scenes case studies of course creators like you that have figured out how to grow a course business from scratch. And at the end of this workshop, we're going to share with you our surprise product announcement that will help online course creators make more money. And finally, we'll end with a Q&A to answer all your course creation questions. All right, so I made you a big promise today. And the fact that you're giving me your most important asset, your time, I truly appreciate that. In return, we have a couple of gifts for you. One is a brand new book, 12 Powerful Secrets of Entrepreneurs Who Made $32.9 million with Online Courses. And secondly, a surprise gift. So I'm going to jump into why online courses, but I want you to take a second to welcome my co-host who has just joined us. Everyone say hi to Jess.
Hey, guys.
So Jess is joining us because, like a lot of people in this presentation, Jess is herself a course creator, and she's going to be answering some of the questions along with you so you can work along. So with that said, let's join back our presentation. So why online courses? So why are we so excited about online courses? Why are we doing this? For a lot of people, look at the chat go. Everyone's like, hi, Jess. Hi, Jess. All right. So the first reason we're doing online courses is the money. You can make an extra $1,000 on the side, or maybe even replace your full-time income with your online course. For a lot of people, this is why they first do this, first get started. I'd love to hear from you in chat. In chat, I'd love to hear from you right now. What are your monthly income goals for your online course? Like, what is the amount of money that is meaningful for you in order to invest in an online course? And while you do that, Jess, I'd love to hear from you. When you first created your online course, like, were you looking for a specific amount of money, or?
I think, yeah. I mean, I would have loved to have made like $5,000 from my course, but honestly, even making an extra $500 from a digital product, I think is awesome.
Nice. So looking in the chat, Rick is a C, B. A bunch of people are on the B or C. For a lot of people, 15,000. Shara is, that's just how Shara rolls. Cool. So for a lot of people, what's interesting is it's not necessarily, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's a very realistic few $1,000s, which is super cool to see. So what's cool about online courses is not only can you make this amount of money, it's also a lot more scalable. If you are to have a corporate job and want to go from, want to basically double your salary, that could take 5-8 years, climbing up the corporate ladder. But with an online course, you'll see it's as simple as having either twice as many people on your email list, or sometimes just doubling your price. So reason number 2 why online courses are amazing is you do the hard work upfront, then your courses become an asset, right? You are no longer trading time for dollars. You can put in the time up front, and then your course just works for you. Isn't that cool? Third reason courses are amazing, and like Daniel, like the fact that you guys are all here for Daniel is a good example. But speaking of Daniel, I think we have him on.
I made it.
Yep, Daniel made it. Awesome. Kind of. Your video's lagging.
I made it, guys.
Right. What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Welcome, Daniel. I'm doing well, man. Thank you. I had to run outside because my computer was crashing on Chrome. So I ran outside to use my phone.
No worries. So you joined right in time. I was telling people what's cool about courses is you become a mini celebrity in your space. You get to have a community of people around you that care about what you're doing, and that you automatically get known as the thought leader in that space. So
are you calling me a mini celebrity right now?
Yeah. Emphasis in the word mini. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but you are, like all these people are here, because they trust you. They believe that whatever you have to say is meaningful. And when people create a course, they become that person in that space.
True. It's very true.
Sweet. So the fourth reason courses are amazing is you can get results fast, right? Like writing a book. Daniel, how long did it take you to write your book?
You mean from publishing to the whole thing?
The whole thing.
The whole process was about 2.5 years. 2.5
years. Courses, we're going to show you how you can, in 2 weeks, validate your course idea, maybe even pre-sell it, and start to see results much, much faster. So that's one of the reasons courses are super, super cool. They're super valuable, is you can start seeing results really, really fast. Like we have all these testimonials from people in like 40 minutes, get their course set up. A lot of people, from the time they watch this workshop and have their first pre-sale, it's a matter of, weeks. It's super, super quick. The fifth reason courses are amazing is you get to help a lot of people at scale. Like training people one-off can get really, really tiring. There's only so many people you can help. Or if you're actually performing services for people, it's only, very few people you can help. But with this, you can help a ton of people at the same time. Super scalable, super cool. I'd love to hear from you in chat and know, out of these 5 reasons, what is your why? What is the one reason that, makes courses worth investing for you? And while we do that, Jess, would love to hear from you. Why, when you created your first course, why did you do it? Like, what was the one reason that was most exciting to you?
I think 1, helping people, but 2, time.
She's lying. It's just the money to her.
No, it's because I was doing a lot of one-on-one work. So it was the fact that I could still help people without having to be limited to 24 hours in a day.
Yep, that makes sense. Daniel, what was your why? I think we lost him again.
Well,
yeah.
No, I'm here. I think the big thing for me was realizing that teaching as a whole is just evolving. And I used to see online courses as something that was just for marketers. And what I realized was that it's not just about marketing knowledge about business. The entire industry is changing. And once I realized that, it made me kind of see myself again as like a teacher and as a leader. And that encouraged me to make things rather than just thinking about making money. I was like, oh, I can make things and people will take this and apply it. That to me was super attractive.
Yep, that makes sense. I mean, you're an author, you're a creator. That's the other part we didn't even talk about. I mean, this is a creative pursuit at the end of the day. You're building something. Reading out answers. John McCarthy wants to help a lot of people. David wants to help a lot of people. Rick just wants to spread the love in all ways possible. Naveen wants to make money while she sleeps. Awesome, guys. This is all cool. This is all exciting. We're gonna cover, no matter your reasons, we're gonna cover exactly what you need to do to create your first profitable online course. So who are we? Who am I to be shouting at you about this? I am the founder of a company called Teachable. We've been in business now for about 3.5 years. And in that time, we have seen, like, 3.5 years for a lot of people, it seems like a short period of time. It being in a space evolving as fast, it feels like forever. And we've seen a lot of stuff. We've seen so much stuff as a course hosting platform that sees the data from everyone. And that's what this presentation is about. It's about seeing the data we have and translating it into results for you. So why should you listen to us? We're a little bit different from other course platforms in that our success is not just defined by, how many customers we have or how much revenue we make. A big factor in what defines our success is how successful are our teachers. Like, the two of the most important metrics we measure is how many teachers do we have making money every month, and what is the total sum of money made on our platform. And we've spent a lot of time on this, and a lot of this presentation is about increasing those two numbers. So as I mentioned before, how are we qualified to do this? We've watched 20,000 course launches by over 10,000 instructors, over 7 million students. We've seen, this slide is not updated. We've seen over $90 million in course sales. And we've looked at all the data. We've looked at the hard data, the numbers, the math behind it. And then we've also talked to people. We've talked to our top instructors. We've picked their brains. We've helped them over a period of years. And we've seen exactly what works and what doesn't. We've seen, like, every specific thing that's worked. And we came to one really, really interesting conclusion, which was, if we wanted to increase those two numbers, if we wanted to increase the amount of revenue earned by all our teachers, the amount of students they get, we could make a few simple changes to our product and have those things happen on autopilot. And that's what we did. We spent the last 9 months and over $1 million this year building these changes for you. And that's what I'm going to share with you towards the end of this presentation. What are these special features we've built to increase the amount of students, increase the amount of revenue you can make per student? I'm going to share that with you at the end of this presentation. But before that, I'm going to show you over the last 3 years, what is the same exact process that all of our course creators have used. They've all used the same 7-step process to create a successful online course, especially when they're first getting started out. And that's what I want to share with you today. The Teachable method, how to create an online course and double your digital course sales with Teachable. Now, before I jump into the 7 steps, I want to hear from you. I want to hear a little bit of energy. I want to hear who's ready to do this, who's ready to get into this. Jess, are you excited for this right now?
I'm excited. I'm ready.
Yep. All right. So give me some love in the chat. Daniel, you still with us? All right. Cool, guys. The 7 steps.
No, I'm with you. I'm just like,
you just keep,
I'm just on mute, so I don't have anything weird going on in the background.
No worries. All right. So yeah, Daniel, you ready for this?
Oh, bro. I called my people here.
Yep. All right. I believe you, man. All right. Daniel is born ready.
Tattoo.
All right. Liz is ready. Christian is ready. John McCarthy is good to go. All right, guys. Step 1, let's find our most profitable course idea. So there's 3 types of people when it comes to course ideas. One is someone that's excited, you want to do a course, but you have no idea what you want your course to even be about. If you're that type, 1 into chat. If you're someone that has an idea of what you want your course to be about, but you need help finding a specific version of that idea, you're number 2. Or number 3, which is a shout out to my ADD brothers and sisters. This was me, where I wanted to make courses on everything, and you need help figuring out which topic to focus on. Type in 1, 2, or 3 into chat. Jess, when you're first starting, were you a 1, 2, or 3?
I think it was definitely a 3.
Yeah, you had a lot of ideas?
I think so, yeah.
What were they?
Websites and design and branding and all different things I could have done.
Okay. Cool. So lots of people in chat. Okay, it's pretty evenly mixed. 1s, 2s, and 3s. All right, no matter what you are, we're going to workshop this right now. So by the end of this module, you have your most profitable course idea. So the first thing I want to do is I want to handle an objection that a profitable course needs to necessarily be on topics like online marketing, programming, or design. A lot of people feel like, that the successful courses they see are about, building an online business or running a blog, or even worse, creating another profitable online course. And that's a fear held by one of our instructors, Angela, who's, she's a stay-at-home mom. She's an artist. She's a watercolor artist, an amazing watercolor artist. And she wanted to teach watercolor painting, but was concerned that there isn't enough of a market for it. But what we saw when Angela launched her first course, she made over $2,000 her first month selling a course on exactly what she loves, watercolor painting. And her success kept multiplying from there, eventually getting to $8,000 a month in course sales. After that, we started to see tons and tons of people just like Angela having successful courses in all kinds of crazy topics, right? From card magic, digital scrapbooking, cartooning, cake decorating. We even had some guy make, I think, over $10,000 selling a course on intermediate blacksmithing. We had someone selling a course on how to play the handpan, which is a musical instrument I'd not even heard about. No matter what your crazy niche is, there are ways of taking any topic, especially if you're passionate about it, and finding a profitable course idea within it. So whatever your topic is, no matter how crazy, there are people that we see every single day having successful online courses in it. So with that said, how do we go about finding our profitable course idea? This is when we workshop it. Guys, pull out a piece of paper, write this down. I want you to make a list of all possible topics. So think about topics that you're good at or passionate about, topics that you're already interested in, and skills that you have. What jobs have you had? What have you done professionally? Write all this down. And the goal of this exercise is to come up with maybe 6 to 10 potential topics that we're then going to narrow down. All right? While we do that, let's handle a very, very common objection a lot of you have. Frankly, an objection I had when I was first getting started. And it goes a little bit something like this. Maybe you feel like you want to create an online course, you can, imagine having a course with your name up there, but there's some nagging doubt within you saying, who am I to really teach a course when I am myself a student of the topic? Who am I to ultimately, teach a course when there's all these experts? Like if I wanted to teach a course on writing a book and I'm like, Daniel has this course on writing a book, why would someone ever buy my course? Do you guys know what that feels like? John McCarthy's imposter syndrome. Yeah, it's a little bit like an imposter syndrome, but really you just feel like, why would someone pay money for my information when I am not the #1 person in the world to teach this? And what's interesting is I used to think like this until I, again, started to see the results. And what we found is the most effective teachers are not the biggest experts. The most effective teachers are not the people with the most amount of domain knowledge. The most effective teachers are the ones whose story is one that you can relate to, someone that's a better teacher because they aren't necessarily a million steps ahead of you, but they're 1, 2, or 3 steps ahead of you. And because of that, they are better teachers to you. Does that make sense? I'll give you a specific example. So we had our most successful instructors a year ago were John and Elliot. They taught people how to build mobile applications, iPhone apps specifically, and they were amazing. They taught over 100,000 people, made $2 million. You would think John and Elliot would be amazing developers. You think they'd be amazing engineers that probably studied computer science in school, had been coding since they were 4 years old, came out coding out of the crib, just like that. But the reality is John and Elliot were actually completely self-taught. They were not very good engineers. They struggled to self-teach themselves, spending years online trying to learn how to build an app and then finally succeeding. And because of that, because they connected with their audience, their story was a lot more relatable and they were better teachers because of that. They were better teachers because they were more like their audience and they were, 1, 2, or 3 steps ahead of their audience, making them better teachers because of that. So as soon as I started, isn't that a complete reframe of how you think about this? Anything that you've learned recently, you might be uniquely qualified to teach it because of your unique perspective that you bring to the table. It completely changes the things I can now teach about, because I no longer can teach about things I'm amazing at. I can teach about things I've recently acquired a skill at. So Jess, for instance, Jess recently had a child. Jess could teach a course on being a new mom by virtue of, like she's now like gone through this process and can accordingly, share her wisdom.
Very true.
All right. So if being an expert doesn't matter, what matters? The most important part of any online course, and forget the most important part, your entire online course is one thing and one thing only. Your online course is a transformation. It is an outcome. We call it the butterfly effect, not the Ashton Kutcher movie, which was actually pretty bad. The most important part of an online course is like, think about a caterpillar. Your course makes the caterpillar a butterfly. The only thing your course is a transformation. People do not want to buy a course. They want to buy an outcome. Like literally, no one cares about buying a course. They're buying the one specific thing your course is promising them. So what I want you to do is for every single course topic you have, think about what is the transformation? What is the outcome? What is the one thing people get from it? And that is what your course comes down to. Every single course comes down to one transformation. And if you forget, honestly, if you forget everything else I tell you today, that's fine. If you remember that the most important part is the transformation. So does that make sense? Let me walk you through a couple of transformations. So 1, Charlie Hohn, how to land a job you love. It's very specific. You get specifically one transformation. Jessica Sprague, creating a digital scrapbook in 30 days. Like, I would love for you to workshop this right. Sorry, I just lost connection for a second. Jessica Sprague, learn how to create digital scrapbooks in 30 days. I want you to come up with one specific transformation that your online course provides, because guys, this is what your course comes down to. It is one outcome. All right, does that make sense? Would love to hear from you. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. What is the one specific outcome? Next to all the topics you have listed down, I would love if you identified what that outcome is. While we do that, there's another common myth I want to workshop. The more information in your course, like the more like massively packed it is, the more valuable it is. Do you ever feel that way where like you throw in hours and hours of video? Do you feel like that makes it more valuable? I'd love to hear from you in chat, so I can go ahead and tell you that the answer is no. Remember, your course is an outcome. Your course, the goal of your course is to take people to the transformation, to the outcome. And ultimately, if you end up spending a lot of time and make them watch hours and hours of content they don't need to, that makes your course less effective. The job of your online course is to take all the free information out there, cut through the crap, like cut through the stuff that doesn't matter, and take people to the outcome as fast as possible. Ultimately, the value you provide is you simplify, you aggregate, and you help people sort through the noise. Your job is to find the outcome and take people to the outcome as fast as possible. So again, as Liz says, it's better to be specific. Absolutely. You want to find the one thing your course provides and take people there as fast as possible. So to recap real quick, how do you find your most profitable course idea? Step 1, write down all the topics you're passionate about, skills you have, things you've done. Step 2, figure out what the outcome is for each of those ideas. Like what is the one specific thing? And step 3, choose the most impactful transformation, the most impactful idea, and that is your most profitable online course. Makes sense? Before we move on to step 2, Daniel, I'd love to hear from you. Like, what is the one specific outcome, the one specific transformation that one of your courses has?
Well, I think for the most part, what the courses do on the surface is that they teach skills, right? They teach skills for building a certain type of business or for developing a certain type of relationship. But really, what they do is they just build an underlying component of confidence. The reason why people take the courses starts because they want information, but it ends in confidence, and that's the real transformation, right? It ends
and it's really
them
like,
realizing.
It's about the outcome. Like people aren't buying 6 hours of video or 3 hours of video. They're buying what the promise is. Like,
correct.
What is the goal of your course? It sounds bad, but like no one wants to buy your videos. No one wants to buy your course. They want to buy what the promise is. Like, they want to buy the idealized version of themselves. It's like, when you're looking at a fitness product and there's a before and after picture, you're buying the after picture. You're not buying the actual product.
Yeah. Same thing with even with Netflix. I'll notice myself going through there and just selecting based on a thumbnail. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm watching. I think I'm watching, but I just want to watch whatever is in the thumbnail, but I'm buying the thumbnail basically.
Yep. Makes sense. All right. Step 2, guys. Step 1 was honestly the most important one. If we figure out our transformation, everything else just flows. Number 2 is setting our income goals using our formula. What's interesting with these 7 steps is we're not actually creating the content till step 5 because I want to make this as predictable as possible. Like, we're going to do all the work up front. And when we do the work up front, we only create content when we have guaranteed results. So most people know this, but if you don't, the easiest way to launch a course is to build a small, well, not necessarily small, but build an engaged email list for people interested in you, interested in your topic, and launch to them. This is how everyone creates, and launches their online courses. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to, 1, build an email list and then launch a course to them. So when we do that, we basically get an equation like this. We have the revenue we make, which is equal to the number of subscribers on our email list multiplied by the conversion rate, multiplied by the price for our course. That makes sense? Makes like number of subscribers, conversion rate, price for your course. What we're going to do now is we're going to start plugging in values here and figure out how many subscribers we need in order to hit our revenue goal. So, Jane from Spain wants to know how to build an email list. We'll cover that in a second. Right now, we're going to work backwards and figure out how many people do we need on our email list. So let's start filling in some numbers, right? So imagine I want to make $5,000 and I'm selling my course for $300. You can safely make an assumption that the conversion rate will be 2%. We've seen conversion rates much, much higher, and I think you can definitely do better than 2%. But ultimately, if you plug in 2%, it's a really, really safe number to figure out how many email subscribers you need. So filling in this math now, 2% at $300 a course, $5,000. This means I need to add 850 email subscribers in order to hit my income goals. So take a look at the screen right now. I want you to do this math yourself. Think about how much you want to make. Think about your price point. For now, you can put a price point for a couple $100 if you're not sure, and figure out what your number is. How many subscribers do you need? And then we're going to go ahead and get those subscribers. Like literally this one simple equation makes everything so much more predictable because now I know if I go ahead and get 850 email subscribers, I will hit my goals. Like the 2% number is really conservative. So this completely simplifies everything I need to do into one goal. Like I've gone from how do I do this course thing to like, okay, now I have one mission, one goal, one purpose, which is getting 850 email subscribers. So now, how do we do that? How do we get those email subscribers? And the good news is every single person in the world, literally everyone in the world, has done it the exact same way. And that is by giving away free value, something awesome, something unique, something great in exchange for an email address. Everyone's done it that way, like free thing, you give away something valuable, get an email address. Super, super simple. Everyone has done it. And we have a flagship online course we developed on creating online courses where we go deep into all of this stuff. And in that, we have like literally 18 different strategies to grow an email list. Like that's how many ways there are to grow an email list. I'm not going to cover all 18. They're all very, very similar. I'll cover 3 of them right now just to get your mind going, thinking of ways that you can, start doing this. The most important thing here is not to do all 18. It's to find 1, maybe 2 that really, really work for you and, start building that list. All right. Does that make sense? But remember, it's all the same thing. You give away free, valuable content in exchange for an email address. So, all right, I'll show you 3 quick ways. And then later on, I can show you at the end of this presentation where you can get the other 15. So method 1 is the giveaway. You find something super valuable that people in your course target audience would want, and you send them to this page saying, hey, if you enter your email address, you'll have a chance to win this. So at Teachable, we bought a ton of books, we bought a ton of software, and we ran a giveaway where the winner would win all of this stuff. The only thing they had to do to enter was enter their email address. And after they entered their email address, they had the opportunity to get their own unique code. And for every friend they brought into the giveaway, they would get bonus entries. So it worked really well because when we sent an email to our list, they signed up, but then they referred other people to increase their chances of winning. worked really, really well. We added thousands of email addresses just by running a giveaway, and it's something all of you can do. There's a couple of tools that make this really, really easy. Jess will type it into chat. One of them is called King Sumo Giveaways. The other one is called Gleam.io. The technology doesn't matter, but this is just one of those super, super, super simple, totally worth doing ways that makes complete sense. Second one is, and this is probably a personal favorite because the technology part is so easy and you already do the work, is a mini course. So say you have kind of your big premium course, you can easily take a module or two from there and give it away for free as a mini course. And this works really, really well because one, you're already going to be developing the content. Like, it's something you're going to have to do for your big course anyways. But because it's free, you can instantly put, hundreds, sometimes even thousands of students to sign up and preview it almost as a preview for the bigger course in exchange for an email address. Does that make sense? So you can start, you already know they're interested in the same topic. You can start delivering value. You can build a relationship with them. And then at the right time, make them an offer to join your bigger course. In fact, it's what, Angela, I talked to you about Angela. Angela did this very, very, very effectively when, in the past, when she first launched, she would take people from her YouTube channel straight to her paid course. And that's when she was making $2,000 a month. But she managed to 4x her earnings by having a mini course in between. So when people watched a video of hers on YouTube, they would then click on a link, sign up for her mini course for free. She'd collect their email address, and she'd then make them an offer to buy her course. And by then, they had a relationship with her, they trusted her, and it dramatically improved her sales just by adding a mini course. Does that make sense? Jess, do you use any mini courses?
Yeah, do like a free mini course. Yeah.
Sweet. Method 3 is the webinar, which is, again, what we're doing here, where you provide value in return for an email address. You create something valuable and invite a bunch of people to join it live. And you have the opportunity to build a relationship with your audience so that when you have an offer then to make for the course, they know you, they trust you, and you collect their email address as a result of hosting a webinar. Very often you can do what we've done here with Daniel, where you partner with someone else and you both promote the same webinar, and it ends up with both of you growing your email list. Does that make sense? Sweet. Yeah, so John's like, yep, that makes sense. Totally. Jane from Spain, what is the most effective place to advertise a mini course? Jane, there's a lot of different channels. Ultimately depends where your audience hangs out. Like it might be a forum, it might be on Reddit, it might be on Quora. Wherever your audience is talking about this topic, where you can offer to help them for free, is a great place to advertise your mini course. In Angela's case, she had her YouTube channel, which provided kind of free content, and then the mini course linked to from YouTube that worked really well for her. Sweet. So who here feels like, there's 18 of these strategies. Who here feels like they could at least do 1 or 2 or 3 of these things, right? Type it in the chat if you think you could totally find one of these 18 strategies. I've shared 3 with you today in order to build an email list. But again, my mission now is really simple. I need to find 850 email subscribers, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick a couple of these and focus on my single mission of, finding those 850 email subscribers. And then I know when I launch my course to them, I will hit my goals. It's that easy. I've taken all the risk out of it. Sweet. John McCarthy, exceptionally actionable. Jessica, definitely. Marie, yes. Firelife, Mike can. Gabby can. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to do my favorite section, which is pricing, where I get to shout at you guys. So who's considering making a course here that's less than $100? I would own up right now in chat. Raise your hand so I can tell you that is the wrong thing to do. Do not create a course for under $100. And we'll go into the reasons. There's many reasons why. One is like the data. Like we've seen most of our successful instructors selling courses at the mid hundreds of dollars level. But more than that, I want you to think about your course as being a premium product in its space. Like I want you to think of your course as a Rolls Royce, or like, the Apple product that competes on being superior and does not compete on being cheaper. You do not want to ever get into competing on being cheaper with online courses for a bunch of different reasons. So One is, and again, this is where our data comes into play. When you charge more money, you get better students. What do I mean by better students? The more money you charge for the same content, the more your students actually watch the videos. The greater the satisfaction ratings reported by students, the less likely they are to ask for refunds, the less likely they are to have a chargeback just by charging more. You get better students that put in more time, put in more effort, builds a more sustainable business for you just by charging more. You do not want to get into a discount race to the bottom. Think about what your transformation is and how valuable it is, and like try and compete on quality of transformation, on quality of outcome, and not on price. Not on price. That is not what you want to do. Our data backs this up. And when you charge an actual amount, the math is simple. Like at $1,000 a month at $100 a course, that's only 10 sales. We can all get 10 sales. Like these numbers aren't scary. Even at $3,000 a month, if you charge $500, $5,000 a month, $500, that's again 10 sales. Like $300, $250, that's 20 sales. Like these are super, super approachable numbers. Ultimately, what I find is what holds us back is again, kind of going back to the imposter complex. But when you're first building your course, it's really, really hard to internalize the fact that your information, your knowledge is worth that much. I've seen all the data. I've talked to a lot of people. I know whatever price you're first thinking of is going to be too cheap, just because it's a very, very hard thing for our brain to overcome and for our brain to actually charge an amount we're worth. It's really, really weird. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm going and this is kind of silly, but it's actually effective. I want you all to make me a promise right now that if this is your first course, and we'll all do this together. Let's all hold hands and take a giant leap of faith that whatever price you have for your course, I want you to double it. Right now, just double it, whatever you have. Charging $100, you're now charging $200. If you were charging $50, you now charge $100. I want you to double the course, double the price. And if this makes you feel uncomfortable, that's normal. Like that's the purpose of this exercise. If it makes you feel super, super uncomfortable, go back to your transformation. How can you make your outcome twice as valuable? But trust me, if it's your first course, you're going to undercharge, double your price, and just do it. Chances are your sales will not suffer and you will make twice as much money. And the silly part is to solidify this. I want us all to, head into chat right now. All of us. I don't know if Daniel has chat on, but if he does, he should. But all of us, let's jump into chat and type in all caps, I will charge more. I want to hear it in chat. I want all of us to type this in together saying, I will charge more. I will absolutely charge more. I think I will absolutely charge more. And give me some exclamations, some smileys, some emojis, some energy. But I want to hear.
Just interjecting here.
Yep.
I'm not sure that my audience wants me to say I will charge more. I don't know if I should.
No, you're a veteran course creator. We're talking to the first time course creators. All right, look at the chat go. The chat's going crazy.
It's $100,000.
Yeah. That's what I'm charging. All right, I can't even keep up with the chat. Everyone, Liz will charge more. Rick will charge more. Michelle will charge more. Mike will. Clarissa will. All right, everyone will charge more, guys. But this is such a common. I don't know if you had this, Daniel, when you made your first course. But what was your first course? Like when you first start doing courses, everyone's tendency is to undercharge so severely. Did you have that experience, Daniel?
Yeah, my first course. I mean, I don't think I undercharged severely. I think that what it was I just didn't know how to put together all the systems. That was the hardest part for me. Yep. I had to cobble everything together like a Frankenstein monster.
Awesome. We're gonna cover that in step 6 and 7. I'm excited to share that good stuff. Step 5. A lot of people feel like, okay. So again, step 1, 2, 3, and 4. What have we done? We found our idea. We've set our goals. We've grown our audience. We've figured out pricing. We've done all the work. We now know that we're going to have a successful launch. Only now are we actually going to do the work of creating our course content. So, sounds like a lot of work. How do we actually do this? How do we actually create this content? Well, I have good news for you. It's really not that hard if you remember step 1, which is your outcome, which is your transformation. If you have your transformation, you can easily use that to build a course outline. think about what the process is step by step that someone would need to do in order to hit that transformation, and that becomes your outline. So like, as an example, imagine the transformation my course provides is, I'm going to help people negotiate a raise at their job. So some potential steps that people would do in order to hit their outcome is step 1 could be like the psychology of it, preparing yourself mentally. Step 2 could be creating a list of your accomplishments. Step 3 could be, finding time to set up a performance review with your boss and HR. Step 4 could be preparation in the morning of the meeting. Step 5 could be how you present yourself and conduct this meeting. Step 6 could be post-meeting follow-up. Step 7 could be, throwing a massive party because this worked. Whatever those steps are, those are just examples. Each one of those steps becomes what we within Teachable call a section. And under each section, you will put, quick, short video lectures, anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes. Doesn't matter. Personally, I like to keep them under 10. But every section then becomes self-contained. Like, section 2, where you create a list of your accomplishments, you can then have a few video lectures that show people exactly how to do that. Guys, that's all there is to content. Like, you can literally fire a PowerPoint or a Keynote and create some slides, talk over it. If what you're teaching is a tech tutorial, you can just record your screen. We recommend Camtasia for Windows and ScreenFlow for Macs, but really the choice of tool does not really matter here at all. You can record straight from PowerPoint or Keynote. You can show your face if you want to. You can not show your face if you don't want to. What really irks me, what really pisses me off is the amount of people that get stuck forever at this step. Do not let that be you. Do not let that be you. Do not be the person that is still creating their content 6 months in. Do not be the person that's recording and re-recording and re-recording and then wakes up one day and realizes they're not happy with it and starts from scratch. Do not be that person, because guys, your course does not get better on your hard drive. Your course does not get better in your local PowerPoint. Your course only gets better when real students go through it, when students try and achieve a transformation that they either achieve or they don't. That's the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters is, does your course help people go to an outcome? It does not matter how you look in the video. It does not matter whether you say or ah 4 times. It does not matter if your slides aren't pretty enough. The only thing that matters is setting a deadline, setting a strict timeline, getting your course content done, and then seeing how students go through it. It's literally the only thing that matters. Does that make sense? Like, I've seen so many people get stuck forever at this point, and I want you to just set a date and work backwards. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, remember, this is not a book. This is a course. This is a living product. You can always go back and edit it, change stuff around. It does not have to be permanent. And that's actually something I do quite frequently when I'm not happy with my own course content. I'm like, all right, dude, just put it out now. And if on Tuesday you feel like it's not good enough, you can re-record it. But by then, people have gone through it, they like it, and I feel much better about it. So what else can we do outside of recorded videos? Ultimately, this is an online course, so we can have fun with it. That's what's cool is, you can have interviews with experts, cheat sheets, downloadables, case studies. You can throw up a quiz. You can have, interactive discussion sections. Like, you can have fun with all the form factors and try cool things. But as long as you remember that what matters is not, how many different kinds of media you have, but really just the transformation. Like, what is the outcome and how can you take people to the outcome as fast as possible? Bill Hart has a good point. He said, I will double my cost each time I have to redo making my course. That's actually what a lot of people do. Every time they launch their course, it's more expensive because they've made it better every single time. That's a completely valid strategy. A lot of people have done this to great effect. So yeah, it does not, with the rates that video, the way that recording video keeps getting easier, it does not have to be expensive or complicated to create a professional looking course. A lot of people create a course with nothing more than their Mac, and even an iPhone for video is now really, really good. That makes sense. Can you guys do me a favor and commit to setting a deadline by which you'll finish your content? Liz says, how long does it take most people? Liz, it can be a matter of weeks. If it's more than weeks, I would try and break it up into smaller chunks, because it's really, really hard when you're taking months to do something. So what I would do is maybe set a 2-week guideline to get my first section up, and then, work on selling the course and then releasing each section every couple of weeks. So you're in the mode of always releasing stuff versus working on something for, months and months and months. Yep. Rick makes sense. Paul makes sense. Liz makes sense. All right. Awesome. Cool. Step 6, guys. You see how we're just working through this? Step 6 is the part Daniel was talking about, which is the technology. How do we tie this all together without having to resort to a million different systems? So 6 things you need when you're putting your course online. 1 is I want my course to be absolutely beautiful. Like, this is my brand. I want it to look really, really good. And I want to be able to create this in less than an hour, even without having technical expertise. Number 2 is, again, I wanted to have my domain name. This is my brand. I wanted to have my logo. I wanted to have my brand colors. I wanted to be a representation of my best self online. Step 3 is, and guys, in 2017, these are table stakes. I want my course to be mobile optimized. I want it to look good on every single device. I want it to work well on a mobile device because it's 2017 and that's where the internet is. Step 4 is I want total control over my student data. And we can talk about this more in the Q&A, but there's always an option to go to course marketplaces like, Skillshare and Udemy and stuff. But the downside with that is you don't get student data. You don't even get an email address of your student. So you're not really building a business. It's really, really hard to build a business when you get no information from your students. Step 5 is it's my course, it's my content. I want to be able to accept payments whenever I'm ready. If I want to launch my site today, I want to be good to go. I want to be able to start receiving income right away. I don't want anyone telling me my content doesn't fit. I don't want anyone telling me how I should run my business. And number 6, and we'll get to this in step 7, is I want to use a checkout flow and I want to use a process that allows me to make more money, than any other course platforms. We spent a lot of time building a checkout process that just works better than everything else. So I'd like my tool to not basically be losing me money for no reason. So I'll let you guys in on a little secret. It's something you probably guessed at this point, so it's probably not a very good secret, but you can do all of this on Teachable. You can literally set up all of this stuff in a matter of minutes on Teachable, and everything just works. So let's get one quick win right now. I want you all to go to teachable.com right now. We're going to do this live. Jess, you're doing this too. I want you to go to teachable.com, hit the create a course button, and create your account. Create a free account on teachable.com. And the reason this is important is, 1, I'm going to walk you through some stuff over there. The other reason it's important is it's the first time that this course idea you have becomes real. It becomes a tangible, actual thing that you're doing because you're creating an account. You're putting your name there, and it goes from being an idea to reality. So what I want you to do is go ahead, create your account, and then come back in chat and let me know you have, and then we'll move forward. That sound good? Gabby, wow, really? John McCarthy, I think, is sarcastic. But all right, this is awesome. But all right, so let's wait. Shara's already a member. Yeah, I would love to. Some people did that yesterday. While they're doing that, Daniel, I'd love to hear from you. Why did you end up choosing Teachable?
Because you made me. No,
yeah.
Actually. Well, the real story, and I didn't include this in the email because I didn't want it to be a super long email. But the funny story is when I first met you in person, we were in San Diego and you guys were having a dinner.
Yep.
And we were talking about the courses. And I was like, yeah, I got a bunch of courses. They're all on they're basically on WordPress right now. And I've been doing it for years. And you were like, you know what? Don't. And I was like, maybe I should switch because, I'm eating dinner with you. Maybe I should switch. And you're like, you know what? Don't switch. just if you're already in there, don't switch. And I was like, okay, that's pretty good advice. That was kind of counterintuitive, not salesy. Yep. Okay. So then
it's called the long game, but go on.
It's the long game. So then I was going to create another course later this year, and I created it on Teachable, and I was like, why didn't I switch sooner? It's way better. It's way better. And I don't do webinars like this, so it's way better.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a long game, dude. It's just fitting into the master plan all along.
I got him in my sights.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Right. So a bunch of people have created it. Done, done, done. Let's move on. So a lot of people stop here, right? They figure out the technology, they figure out the email list and all of that, and they launch and they're good. They hit their income goals and they're pretty happy. And this is where our presentation used to stop. This is where we used to go until and then stopped and everyone was happy. But again, as I told you, I'm going to share with you your unfair advantage, which is all the new stuff we've been working on. The product announcements I promised at the start, it's coming now. It's what we believe is your unfair advantage by using Teachable that other people don't have, which is why I had people create accounts. You can follow along. But what we're going to show you is how you can use stuff we already created in order to both get more students and double your sales per student by making a few simple changes. So you're ready for this? Type in me into chat, type in you're ready, you're excited. I'm going to share with you the new stuff, the good stuff, the stuff we've spent the last 9 months working on that's brand new that you can start using today in order to increase your revenue per student and get more students. So check out this graph. This is a chart of our total course sales through Teachable. I don't know if you've seen this, Daniel, but this is super, super privileged data. Like this is not stuff we've released publicly, but that's the amount of money we make every day through our platform. And as you can see, like at the start of this year, we're making about 100 grand a day in sales through our platform. Right now, and since this graph has actually not been updated in a few weeks, right now on good days, we've gone up to like about $350,000 a day in course sales. What's interesting though is you see how this graph is growing? Something pretty substantial happened here where the arrow is pointing, right? We went from about $200,000 to $350,000 in 4 weeks. Like right here. What do you think that is? What do you think happened? That's when we shipped our brand new checkout flow. Question from John is like, is Teachable making that or are our customers making that? John, this is what our customers are making per day. So yeah, right now we're at about $350,000 a day, which is about $10 million a month. Yeah, so right there where the arrow is when we built a brand new checkout flow from scratch that allowed our course creators to make more money. Right there. And it's great to see that reflected in data where just by making a few simple changes to our product, everyone else started making more money, right? Isn't that cool? All right, so how did we do this? Two things. We did two things differently. One is we rebuilt our checkout to ask people to pay first and then create an account on the second screen. And this basically captured a lot more people that in the past would drop out of the flow after creating an account. By presenting payment first, more people ended up paying, increased conversion rates. Then we added 6 conversion boosting elements to payment pages that I'm going to share with you that you can start doing too to increase sales. We made it really, really easy for people to add social proof and stuff for their page that resulted in more people signing up. 2, we realized people could increase the amount of value and the amount of revenue per customer sometimes twice as much by adding one-click upsells. So with these 2 simple changes, that's the effect we had on our revenue. So you can set up both of them now, and it's brand new, but you can set up both these things in minutes using Teachable. I'm going to quickly walk you through this because this is all stuff that takes 5-10 minutes to set up, but it's so impactful. So first, let's talk about what are the 6 elements, 6 conversion boosting elements? How do we get more people to actually sign up for our course? So can you guys guess what the 6 conversion boosting elements are? Jess, can you guess what these 6 elements on our checkout page are that help people get more students?
That's a tough one. I don't know. Testimonials.
Yep. Keep going.
Making it easy for them to pay you.
Yeah, kind of. I'll give you that. Anything else?
Having photos.
Yep. All of that. That's kind of testimonials, but we'll count that as 2.5. But guys, all right. So 6 things that you need on the ideal checkout page. Let's walk through them real quick. One is, and for this, I'm going to look at my friend Brad Hussey's page. It's a beautiful page, converts really, really well. What are the 6 things that work really well? One is branding. You want it to have your company brand, your logo, and be consistent from the rest of the experience on your site and your course sales page. You want it to look and feel like an integrated experience. Number two, it's simple, but like adding progress tracking, which we did, automatically makes improved conversion rates because people could see when they buy this, they're already inside the course. This is the last step. Step three is, and again, as Jess pointed out, pictures, testimonials, social proof. Like instead of telling people why they should buy from you, what are your other customers saying? What are other students saying? Like, why should I buy this? Brad has testimonials, the material is well crafted, and Code College focused on getting you up and running quickly. Like reading social proof from other customers, seeing their photos instantly helps people connect more with you and be more likely to buy. Number four is bullet points. Like, what are the benefits of joining the membership? Learn front-end development skills to get you hired, no contracts cancel anytime, access the entire library of video courses. Like having these bullet points greatly improves chances of people buying the course. Step five is a guarantee. What if this course doesn't work out for me? Knowing that you have a money-back guarantee is super important, helps people feel secure in their purchase, knowing that if this doesn't work out, they can get their money back. And number six, and it's funny because this is not really a thing on the page, it's almost things not on the page, is there are very, very, very few fields people need to fill out. Right now, we only ask people for their email address outside of payment information, because when we reduced the number of fields, like by taking away filling out your name and stuff and moving that to a second screen, conversion rates worked better, right? Isn't that cool? 6 things, really, really simple to set up. I want you all to spend the extra 10 minutes or whatever setting these things up. It's all a drag and drop, like easy template and Teachable. You can just type in this information. It will automatically look beautiful. It will automatically look really, really good and be very well integrated. Now, here's another thing, and I don't even know if I've shared this with you, Daniel. Maybe I did at lunch in New York, but for everyone else, the 7th thing we're bringing, and this is brand new, and this is something we've not even publicly announced yet, is we now are bringing saved payment information across the entire network. So if you recognize any of these people, if you recognize, Pat Flynn, Melissa Griffin, Mariah Cause, we really should have a picture of Daniel here as well. But if you recognize any of these people, what we're in the process of rolling out is if someone buys a course from one of these people and then comes to your course website and we already have their credit card saved, they can then buy your course with one single click. How cool is that? So if someone buys Daniel's course, or they buy Pat Flynn's course, just imagine they buy Pat Flynn's course and then they're on Daniel's course sales page and they click buy and we have their credit card saved. Even if they're new to Daniel's course, they can buy his course with one single click. So you know how Amazon has one-click payments? We're basically bringing one-click payments across the entire network. So if anyone has bought a course on any other site and we know who they are, with one single click, they can buy your course too. So this dramatically increases the amount of impulse purchases you can get. It makes conversion much, much, much easier. And as the entire network grows, conversion rates are going to go up across the board because the more people buying courses, the easier it becomes for everyone to keep buying them. How cool is that? Right? So now over 1 million people can buy your course with one single click. Did I share that with you at lunch, Daniel? I can't remember.
I mean, I wanted to interrupt you as you were talking because that makes me so excited. I think you did, but as you expanded it, I understood it even more. It makes me like a little turned on, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Get a little hot.
Yeah. And what's cool about this is even if people ever want to do joint venture promotions, you want to promote other people, coordinate affiliate stuff, man, it's the same payment. Like it becomes so easy.
I mean, man, I think that might even be a detail where until you start selling courses, that how good that is kind of lost on you.
Yep.
But once you start selling, you'll really get why it matters. Because when Pat Flynn crushes it, you kind of crush it too a little bit. Exactly.
That's cool. It's funny that made you hot. It made someone else in chat feel so cold they needed to put on a jacket. So awesome. All right, guys.
All types of weather.
All types of weather. Yeah. Lots of strong reactions here. All right, guys, we're up on the hour, but I'm going to share with you one last thing with your permission. We're running probably 3 minutes behind, which is how do you actually double your course sales per student? How do you actually make twice as much money per student? I'll show you that real quick, and then I'll share with you the special offer we've put together and jump into Q&A. So Now let's talk about getting twice as much revenue from every student. And the way we do this is by doing what's called in the industry a one-click upsell, which is right after someone buys your course. And psychology shows this, their brain is activated to be purchasing. Like if someone is buying, they're more likely to keep buying. So we make them a targeted offer to buy something else with one single click right after they buy. And if done right, you can get up to 30 to 40% of people to actually take you up on the offer. It works really, really well. I'll walk you through some examples, but by setting up a one-click upsell, you can effectively double the amount of revenue you make per student. So what do you upsell? You can upsell other courses, but you don't have to stop there. Your upsell can be coaching. It can be one-on-one training. It can be group training. It can be a private community. It can be a membership site. It can be an in-person event. No matter what it is, you can upsell people on some kind of help. And if even sometimes 15 or 20% of people take you up on it, you can double your revenue per student. And not just that, very often you can provide them help that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Like being able to do like a weekly coaching call would not be sustainable unless you were making much more money from doing it. But with upsells, you have the opportunity to do that. So let me walk you through some examples so you see exactly how this works. So Scott Lindquist is a massage therapist. He helps massage therapists get more clients. He created his main course is $95, but right after you buy that course, it has an immediate offer for $100 off his $500 course. So look at the math, right? If even 20% of people buy the upsell, you make an extra $419, which means the amount of money per sale goes from $100 to $183 per sale. Isn't that insane? Like you just add this other upsell and you've doubled the amount of money from that purchase. Actually, Jess, if you want to drop in a link to our Facebook group, there's someone literally today who posted something similar where he sells a $7 course on the front end, and on the back end, he has a special offer to his $500 course, and he's already gotten 2 purchases off it. This is real. Like I'm going to link you to our actual Facebook community where someone posting about this just today. Like this actually is how the math works. To go back to the example with Scott, if Scott was going to make $10,000 from his course, he now makes $18.3 thousand. Like it works so well just by giving people that additional option. And not just that, like you don't have to just sell another course. You can sell, one-on-one training. You can sell personalized coaching. Like Charlie can have his course on landing a job he loves, but as an upsell, you can spend time one-on-one with Charlie. And again, instead of making $195 a sale, he makes $355 a sale at a 20% conversion rate. Isn't that nice? Like it's really, really nice. It's like, it feels like free money, but really you just put in the ability for someone to buy something extra. And if the offer is attractive enough, you'll get, 20, 30% of people to take you up on it, changing the economics completely. Like literally everyone can set this up today. Speaking of Charlie, here's our free gift for you, which is 12 powerful secrets of entrepreneurs who's made $32.9 million. Jess is going to drop this in a chat, but as a thank you for sticking around, here's a free ebook for you that we've put together to thank you for staying on. But I'm going to quickly run through some of these other examples, but then you can have group coaching that again works the same way where people can buy group coaching as an upsell. People have done in-person events, which, we have Phil Taylor at FinCon who has his in-person event running through Teachable. You can actually have an in-person conference with the upsell. You can sell services and upsell. No matter what it is, by adding a one-click upsell, you can double the amount of money you make per student really, really, really easily. Isn't that great? Traditionally, upsells worked really, really well, but the big problem with them is they were a complete pain to set up technologically. You needed a designer, you needed a developer, you needed to have payment processing. The whole thing had to be well integrated with your course hosting platform, but that's what we did. We decided to make it really, really simple, and now anyone can create their own upsell in under 5 minutes using Teachable. So I want you all, as a takeaway, after you're done with your course, to think about what your upsell could be and how you could incorporate it into your course. So I'd love if you typed in the chat, what do you think you have for your first course that you could add as a one-click upsell, because guys, it's literally free money. You're getting twice as much for exactly, 5 or 10 minutes extra work. Jess, like if you had a course, what would be your one-click upsell of choice?
I think it would be like a branding masterclass.
Yep. So basically like a live event.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yes, that's another great idea. You can have a live workshop or a live event being the upsell. All right. Liz and Rick are going to do one-on-one time. Awesome, guys. With that said, 6 minutes past the hour. We did it. You guys crushed it. Everyone who started out in the presentation is still here. This is awesome, guys. The fact that you're still here means, you have what it takes to be successful. You managed to listen to me for over an hour, which is incredibly impressive. I'd love to know from you, in chat, just so we can quickly rehash the important things. What's been your biggest takeaway so far? Like, what is the number one thing that's really been something that stuck out to you? Daniel, what's been like your number one biggest takeaway from this presentation today?
Honestly, and this is going to sound funny, but you got me excited about online courses again, because I'm kind of like, I like online courses, but I'm kind of like, all right, I'm over it. I get it, videos, but you're getting me pumped again. And I'm actually thinking about more things I want to create, because you're talking about all these cool new features that you guys are doing, which I'm like, to get me aroused again, it takes a minute, but I'm back.
Yeah, awesome.
This is like online course creator Viagra.
Yeah. All right, this is like online course. I think that's going to go in our testimonial slide the next time we host this workshop.
Viagra for course creators. Love it.
Viagra for, all right. Sweet. So reading through some of these, so John McCarthy's upsells. Actually, I like Liz's takeaway the most, and that's the one thing we've tried to do the most in this presentation is I want you all to feel like this is doable. Like, like that you can do this. Like, if that's the one thing you learn is like that I now feel like every one of these things is super doable, that's valuable. Like, that's honestly the biggest thing we're trying to do is make you feel like you too can do this. Rick says people buy the transformation. Yep, this is easy. Great, guys. I'm super, super excited. Some of you might still feel a little bit overwhelmed. That's why, we've created a special bundle, Daniel and I, that the goal of this bundle is to provide you everything you need to succeed with online courses, which is really two things. One is the technology and tools to make it really, really easy. And two is a proven plan to follow. The technology and the training, right? You need the technology in order to get everything set up, and the training in terms of how you actually go ahead and do it. So here's the bundle we have for you. If the bundle starts with kind of the gold standard of Teachable, which is our professional plan. This has everything you need to be successful, which is, one-click upsells, saved credit cards, the checkout flow. It's got unlimited of everything. Unlimited courses, unlimited students, unlimited hosting, unlimited video bandwidth, instant payouts, no transaction fees. It's really our gold standard when it comes to, what creators use. We have people literally making 6 figures a month on the professional plan. And in this bundle, if you buy our professional plan, we're going to give you a ton of training included at no extra charge. So we're going to give you our flagship online course, The Profitable Teacher, which I talked about a little bit earlier, where I said there's 18 different strategies to build an email list. We cover all 18 in them. This covers everything. It's like this webinar, but in much, much, much more detail. And it gives you a lot of done for you like resources. There's a step-by-step marketing plan. There's a 30-day launch calendar. There's, checklists, templates, stuff that you can just recycle and use and have guaranteed results. So after you go through this program, you will create your first profitable online course. You'll have students, you'll have revenue. Then you'll be ready to optimize some of the advanced stuff we're talking about, like upsells. And for that, we're having an exclusive online masterclass, a 3-hour masterclass happening in 2 days on Wednesday, October 11th, with Randall, our head of content, where she will walk you through in-depth case studies of upsells. And it's a much, much deeper dive into upsells, where over the 3-hour workshop, by the end of it, you would have built your entire upsell live on the class. If you can't make it, you, of course, get a recording of this class. It's happening in 2 days. and you get, free access to both the live class and the recording. So, all right, so maybe that's enough for you guys and you're good to go, but we're also throwing in personalized help. You get 8 weeks of live group coaching calls on the professional plan where you can sit down on Friday afternoons with Cameron or someone on the Teachable team and, talk through your problems. It's like a private mastermind group where you can talk about everything from like tech stuff to like your course idea and recording content, pretty much anything you want help with. 8 weeks of group coaching included on Fridays. And finally, if that's not enough and the group help is not enough, we're also giving away. And by the way, all of this stuff is exclusive to like doing this now with Daniel. This is not standard stuff. You will not get this just by going on our site. You get 2 1-hour sessions of concierge onboarding where you can sit down with someone on our team or a brand ambassador, and they will help you one-on-one through Skype or Zoom set all this stuff up. So there's literally no reason to not do this. Like you have not just, you don't just get the technology and the training, you get the support, you get the tech support, you get everything you need in order to be successful. Whew, it's quite something. Upselling on upselling, so meta. It's not even an upsell. Like the beauty of this entire thing is you're getting all of this stuff, all of this cool stuff at no additional charge. You're getting it at just the price of our professional plan. So Jane from Spain is already in the professional plan. She's already upgraded. So just for doing the price she's paying, the exact same price, you get all of this stuff as a gift. No additional charge. It's just the same exact price as you would pay otherwise. And not just that, if you're not ready for the professional plan and you want to start out with our basic plan, which is our introductory plan at $39 a month, we'll still give you everything except the 8 weeks of live group Q&A coaching and the concierge onboarding. So you'll still get the basic plan on our flagship course, the Upsell Masterclass, on-demand recording of the Upsell Masterclass. Liz is cracking me up here. You get all of that included at the $39 a month plan on the basic as well, and you can change between them at any time. So the basic plan has most of the same features as the professional plan. The big differences are you do not get upsells. There's a 5% transaction fee, and you get paid out once a month. Outside of that, it has all the same features: unlimited courses, unlimited students, unlimited video. It's a good place when you're just getting started out and you want to get some of the bonuses. And then when you're ready, you can move to the professional plan. All right. Does that make sense? Jess or someone else, could you get the buy button to show up? You should see a buy button up there. And like everything we've ever sold, there's 100% money back guarantee. You have 30 days to go through everything, set up everything. And if by the end of it, you decide it's not right for you, just let us know and we'll give you a full refund. No questions asked. Like if literally you have 30 days to go through everything. You can even keep the bonuses if you feel like it wasn't a good use of your time. No questions asked. So it's completely risk-free. And now, John McCarthy says, when do we have to upgrade to Pro? Yep. So if you want to upgrade to Basic, there should be another link that comes below that. Jess, could you check with our people? How do we get that link? All right. So another bonus for people that are here live in order to answer Chibuzor's question. Sorry if I murdered your name. Bonus for people here that are live, and this is only for people watching this live, not on replays, is we're throwing in a course creation workshop series that has 12 live hour-long workshops with a bunch of our favorite experts like Mariah Cause and Melissa Griffin and Caleb Wojcik and, Sean West, covering some really important topics like having your first launch, finding a topic, putting together a high-converting sales funnel, recording beautiful video. We have 12 hour-long sessions included to people that upgrade live on this call right now. So this does not work for people watching a replay, but if you upgrade live on the call right now, we're also throwing in these 12 other workshops. So you get that as a bonus for coming in live. The only thing I need from you is if you are upgrading live on the call, type it into chat saying you upgraded so we know that you also get the 12 workshop series and we can expedite getting your bonuses. So type it into chat. If you are upgrading live, say, hey, I just joined you. I just upgraded. Shara just did. Welcome, Shara. If you've upgraded, type it into chat saying, I just joined you. I just upgraded. And we will make sure you get your bonuses. So refresh the page. By the way, if you want to get the basic plan and you don't see it, refresh the page and there'll be a second link to upgrade to basic. Liz is going to upgrade now. This is awesome, guys. Daniel, how do you feel about doing 15 minutes of Q&A?
Man, I'm ready to go. I've never been readier.
All right, sweet. So guys, it's 3:15 now. We're going to do 15 minutes of Q&A. If you want to have all these bonuses come to you, you want to upgrade in the next 15 minutes while Daniel and I are still here. So the next, I guess, 14 minutes now, type it into chat if you upgrade live, and we can make sure you get all your bonuses. With that said, let's do this. Sweet. Chibzor, by the way, if you have an easy way to pronounce your name, let me know. Jess, how would you pronounce that?
Chibuzar?
Chibuzar? Daniel, I don't know if you can see the chat. Okay, Chibuzar, sorry if we're not pronouncing your name correctly. I want to do pro, but if I don't upgrade today, do I miss out on the bonuses? You don't miss out on all bonuses. We'll send out a replay later that gives people a way to get most of the bonuses. But wow, Jess killed it. Yeah, we'll send out a replay later with how you can get most of the bonuses. But if you want to get every single one, including the bonus of the 12 workshop series, you have to upgrade now in the next 13 minutes. And honestly, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're here live, you're getting credit for being here live. So you might as well upgrade now. And if it's not a fit, then tell us later. All right. And guys, keep the questions coming about anything. It does not just have to be about the offer. It can be about courses. You can ask, Daniel, what's going on in his life. Like it does.
Yeah, and I can't see the questions either. So read all the juicy ones out for me.
Yep. Paul says, I haven't got my course idea yet. Do I have to buy it today? Can I buy it later? Paul, you can buy Teachable at any time. But because of this offer with Daniel, you're getting all this extra stuff for buying now. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So I would say buying today is better. But ultimately, you can buy whenever. You just don't get all the extra stuff.
Yeah, I mean, also one thing worth noting too is that when you take a positive step in one direction, then you're encouraged to keep going. You start fiddling around with the interface. It starts feeling more natural. Then you're more encouraged to do it. It's like thinking about creating a course. There are a lot of steps. So start with getting into the material first.
Yep. And the other thing is a lot of the materials that you get as a part of this will help you come up with a course idea and help you with a lot of the stuff needed at the formation.
Yep. Oh yeah, totally.
So if I get the basic plan, do I still get the 12 video bonus? You get the 12 video bonus if you upgrade on the call today. So if you upgrade live, even on the basic plan, you will get the 12 video bonus. The only thing is type it into chat in the next 12 minutes so we know to get you in. Michelle just upgraded to pro. Welcome, Michelle. Great to have you. Daniel, so while we get the questions coming in, do you have anything, and I'm definitely placing you on the spot here, do you have anything to add to kind of this overall presentation or any kind of advice to people on the edge, on the cusp, thinking about it?
Advice to those on the edge.
Or just advice to your people.
Yeah, don't jump. No,
yeah.
Here's the thing, and I wrote this in my email earlier. It's not, creating a course is easy. Running the business is hard. So don't confuse running a business with creating a course. As you're on the precipice of, thinking about making your online course, this is the first step in your journey. You're going to accomplish a lot of your goals along the way with the software and Teachable. And you don't even know what you're capable of in a year, 2 years, 5 years from now. So Teachable, you might not even remember that you're on this webinar in 2 years, but getting started with building a course, being creative and getting paid for it and being compensated for being creative is one of the most powerful ahas you can have. So it's not really about, and you're already on this webinar, so you should fucking buy Teachable. But if you don't, when you start making your own thing, you're going to understand what it feels like to put something out there, get paid for it, and that's going to encourage you in a way that no webinar can. So all I can say is get in there now. If there's a guarantee, take advantage of it. Take advantage of all the stuff they're giving you and just do it. There's really no downside except the nagging voice in your head that's always negative, and that thing needs to be quieted down. Yep,
that makes sense. That's actually a really good point. For a lot of people that have done this, maybe you can type it into chat if you remember what getting your first sale was like. Getting that one first sale for a lot of people basically started a lifetime of running your own business. Do you remember your first sale, Daniel, of anything? I think we lost him. But yeah,
no, I'm here. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It felt amazing. It was amazing.
Yep. So a bunch of people just John McCarthy's got to go. Bye, John. Liz upgraded. Chibuzor. Jess, how do you say his name?
Chibuzar. Oh, see, now I can't remember how to say it.
Upgraded. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Liz. Jessica's upgrading to pro. Awesome. Guys, you guys are awesome. Jess, so Daniel added that. Is there anything you'd like to add to people that are, here with us, hanging out, thinking about the next steps they should take?
I think honestly, it's just doing it. Like, I think you guys are here for a reason. You know that you have something that you want to share. And it is, once you get your first sale, you're going to be like, why did I not do this 6 months ago? Why didn't I do this a year ago? And the nice thing with online courses is that you're literally just doing it once and you can keep selling it over and over again. So I wouldn't let doubt kind of hold you guys back.
Yep, that makes sense. Where will all the information for bonuses be sent? Guys, you should be getting an email with a link to, after you upgrade, a link to the course will come through email. We will send out a separate email, correct me if I'm wrong, Jess, about the masterclass. That will come separately, but the rest should come in an email to the same email address you signed up with. As Andy Tormson just chipped in chat. Daniel, I'll let you take this one. This is a question from Liz that says, is it more helpful to set up an outside website or blog before creating a course?
Well, that's a good question. I think that what you do is you use whatever resources you have while you're building, and then you transfer everything to your own property as soon as you can, so you can, there's already Medium out there where you can get, basically eyeballs without having to have a following. There's different social media platforms. There's Quora, there's Reddit. You start building there first, and then you direct people to your site. And over time, it grows for various reasons. But you shouldn't let that be a stopping point for you if you don't have a site yet or if it's not a big following yet. Yep,
makes sense. All right, just upgraded to basic. Liz says Teachable is blowing up my email in the best possible way. All right, that means Liz has already gotten her email. Awesome, guys.
I think Eve upgraded.
Welcome. Guys, keep the questions coming. We're here for 7 more minutes. 7 minutes, and then we sign off. The fast action bonuses go away. Had a bunch of people join us. A lot of people have already gotten their bonuses. We'll be seeing you in the upgrade, hopefully in the upsell masterclass too, the 3-hour masterclass on Wednesday. If you can't make it, we'll have a recording for you. Stella got the basic, can't upgrade yet. Can I get any bonuses for being here live? Jess, what do you say for Stella? She's already good. So you're on the basic plan from before?
Can you contact us at teachable.com/help? And we can definitely get something sorted.
Yep. All right. Smiley Face just upgraded to pro. Smiley Face, what's your actual name? Smiley Face upgraded to pro. And Liz says, how long are most classes? How many modules or sections? Between 6 and 12, I say. Again, if you focus on your transformation, you focus on the outcome, you think about what the one thing is that you want to take people to, it doesn't really matter. But 6 to 12 is normally what we see. Daniel, how long are your classes? Do you remember?
I like to keep them 6. I just, I don't think we have time to be any more than that.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm tripling my prices for everything now. Everyone can thank Ankur. Tripling.
It was doubling, now it's tripling. All right,
it's tripling. I have confidence in myself.
Yeah, all right, too much confidence. All right, Rick says unlimited upsells in basic. Nope, upsells are a pro feature, but basic has the unlimited courses and unlimited students, unlimited video and all of that. Yomi upgraded. Welcome, Yomi, aka Smiley Face. Great to have you. Stella, yeah, email us and we'll see what we can do in order to get you at least some of the bonuses if you're already a paying customer. Daniel, so while we wait for questions to come in, would love to hear, what do you have coming in the pipeline? Course stuff, non-course stuff? What do you
coming in the pipeline? On? Well, I will tell you this. I've been working on doing a lot of different writing projects outside of just Rich 20, getting into more traditional places like The Atlantic, The Economist, like the Real Time magazine, things of that nature, getting in and doing more high-level stuff, working on the next book. Opened up a new creative consulting firm called The Wild Group, where we're helping authors to promote and build legacies around their books.
Yep.
So really excited about that. And basically, I'm just reading and lifting weights all day, so I'm not really complaining.
Living the dream, man.
Living the dream on the beach.
Awesome. What's the new book on?
Okay, you know now. You know I can't tell you that. Come on.
I don't know, man.
I'm a magician revealing his secrets. I have to build hype.
Are you worried about all the other authors? They're gonna beat you in the market with the same exact book?
No, it's because I sit at my computer every morning and just bleed, and I can't show you how bad it is yet until I polish it.
Yeah. No, fair enough. All right, Catherine's trying to upgrade to pro. Guys, if you're having technical difficulties, email us at teachable.com/help. I mean, if you have something, type it in chat. If it's something easy that we can diagnose, we'll do it. But otherwise, teachable.com/help. And if we know that you tried when you were live, we'll make sure you get like the right bonuses and stuff. Stephanie, your editor, is on this webinar, and she hopes we can publish it as well. I think I'm meeting up with Stephanie sometime next week. So, yeah, are you going to give them the chance to publish it, Daniel, or is this?
Obviously, yes. You have the opportunity.
Yeah, have the opportunity to bid for it.
Going once, going twice.
Yeah. All right. Question from Liz: do many people have one main focus with a lot of small offshoots? I'll let you take that, Daniel. Like, do you think people generally have like kind of one core thing and then lots of side things, or what do you recommend?
Well, I think that you start with, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. I think that you grow and you develop as an individual, and that influences the type of things you make. And so, I started off talking about mostly freelancing, and now, while that is interesting to me, I also have a lot of other interests now. So as you develop, your material develops. Look at, one of your other creators, Mr. Seth Godin, who has a variety of interests. And he told me on our podcast that entrepreneurship is just the door that he walks through, and then he can bring whatever he wants with him. And that's how you can think about yourself as a course creator. You start off by teaching something that you know and you love. You build some energy around yourself. You get some followers. You get some money behind you. Then you take that money and you funnel it into what you want.
Yep, that makes sense. So the essence of what you're saying is you do you. And that's
you do you.
Yeah. That's kind of what's cool about like this entrepreneurial journey is at the end of the day, you're answerable to no one but yourself. So if you decide you're no longer going to do that and you're going to change tracks, you go ahead and do that. The whole advantage of building an audience is you build your tribe. You build people that will likely follow you, no matter what you want to do. Yep. Liz says life motto. Daniel, what was Bali like?
Bali was unforgettable. The YouTube videos don't do it any justice. If I ever get exiled, that's my first stop.
What is the number one thing that you enjoyed most in Bali? If there's like one thing above all.
The monkey jungle. They have a monkey jungle. Seriously, it's a sacred. It's a sacred temple.
I don't know why I laughed, but yeah.
Have you been there? Yeah.
No, I've not been there.
It's a sacred temple, but monkeys have overrun it. So there are like thousands and thousands of monkeys there, and you'll be walking around, and the monkeys just jump down on you, and it's kind of weird. They're kind of like a little gang.
They're probably pretty bold too. Like they don't really.
Oh yeah. Like for instance, they'll have rangers there, and if the monkey steals something from you, the rangers do not try to retrieve it because it's theirs now. No. Yeah. I've
seen that at a temple in India. I can imagine that.
Yeah, you just came back too.
Yeah, they're vicious, man. One of them, I remember. Well, I don't remember. This was told to me. I had bread in my hand, and one of the dudes just ripped it off my hand, and I was like,
yeah,
years old. So
yeah, they're fast and they jump down in packs and they have sharp teeth. You're like, okay, just whatever you want, sir.
Yep. Awesome, guys. All right, guys. So this is it. We're in the last 60 seconds. If you want to sneak in an upgrade, now is probably the time. If not, we'll send out a replay email soon, and you'll have a couple of days to still decide. But then you will not get the bonus for being here live. But outside of that, I mean, you guys have been awesome. Daniel, you have good people, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone, this has been great. Guys, my kind of parting words are, whether you upgrade or not, at the end of the day, if you take away something from this workshop that gets you excited, gets you inspired, gets you down the path of taking this vision in your head and making this reality, that's enough for me. I want you to take this excitement, take this energy, take this motivation, and do something about it. Because the excitement you feel now, the sad part is it's temporary. If you don't act on it soon, it's probably going to disappear, and you're not going to think about it again. So whatever action you take, I want you to think of some concrete step and take action with this motivation. Any closing words, Jess?
Yeah, no, I think you're 100%. Just take action on it, and you're going to get results.
Thank you for your original contribution. Daniel, closing words.
I love all you guys. Look, I mean, the reason you're here right now watching this is because I just did what Ankur just advocated. So it obviously works. You're in the matrix. This is Inception right now. You're on a course about courses because you were in one of my courses probably. Yep. So just do it. It works. It's a way to change your lifestyle and do something really meaningful with your time. So I wholly, endorse it.
All right. Awesome, guys. You have been amazing. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.